Greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past, and tonight we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Indianapolis Colts taking on the champions from the NFC, the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, these Colts, a trendy pick to get to the Super Bowl prior to the season, and they lived up to the hype and then some, and now they shoot for their second win as residents of Indianapolis and their third Super Bowl title overall.
Yeah, and conjuring up images of 2007 when they won Super Bowl 41 with one guy named, what was it again?
Peyton
Manning at quarterback when they beat the Bears. Remember, that was played in the rain, and that was also played where?
Miami.
Right here where we are now. And then the Baltimore Colts, they won Super Bowl 5 over the Dallas Cowboys. Do you remember who kicked the winning field goal in that one? Come on.
No.
One Jim O'Brien.
Oh, Jimmy boy.
Knocks down the winning field goal, and the Colts win that one over the Cowboys. So this Colts team seeking another Super Bowl title.
Meanwhile, for the Carolina Panthers, they make their third visit to the Super Bowl in team history.
Let's go back to Super Bowl 38 in Houston, 2004. Hung tight with the Patriots. Lost by a field goal out of Vinatieri, putting it through the pipes. They lose 32-29. Second visit wasn't quite as close. That was Super Bowl 50 in Santa Clara, and the Broncos just ran over them on defense in that one. That was a tough loss for them, 24-10. But this team, they have a different look to them. This team looks like that they are focused, composed, and ready to win.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Brissett. Buying time to his left. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First carry for the former Florida Gator, Jordan Scarlett. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, team 6.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. A first carry now for Alex Collins. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll run it with Scarlett. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Brings up third down and 11.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. From the gun, here's Love. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
Let's go! 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are.
He's got him in, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A quick pass out to Juju. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. To throw is Brissett. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
First carry now. This is Johnson. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They come out here in the I. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. I got it. Right there, 54, right there.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Colts have taken the lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Scarlett. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 41-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This is Scarlett on the carry. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now a give here to Scarlett. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. On 4th down, Locke. And that is going to be incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Mike.
On 2nd and 7, Brissett. Ebron caught left side. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And he's got his man Hilton. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton 57 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Love. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix it.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. K1 short. Him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
A loss of 6 yards on the sack. It's 2nd down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
I'm coming after you. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Wait. Yeah, that's what I do.
Brissett gets this out to Saquon Barkley. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
At the 21-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Out of the gun, Luck. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the gun, here's Brissett. Completes it to Austin. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Throwing. Brissett. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Brian Burns coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Brissett. And the catch made by Hilton. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Golden. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the handoff, it's Scarlett. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Locke. Stepping up, he'll try and run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
58, boy, 58, 58, 11 feet. 58.
Play action. It's locked. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Brissett. He's going to get this to Austin complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Let's go. First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Brissett now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Check 26, check 26. Check Mexico, Mexico. Come. Any weapon. Kill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Barkley. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now it's Wright. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. To throw is Locke. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. They turn to Scarlett again. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
It's now 3rd down and long.
58's the mark. 58's the mark. Let's go, tight end. Let's go.
Third and long, it's Locke. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So it's a third field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
No, they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
They begin the drive to Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They go to Johnson again. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A big run there by Johnson. 49 yards on the ground.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw, Brissett. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So no surprise if Vinatieri able to convert there. He is, of course, the owner of the NFL record for most postseason field goals.
Hard to believe he was undrafted coming out of college. And now here he is, into his 40s, and he's still one of the best kickers around.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Justin Houston. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Locke. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Off of play action, Locke. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
Come on, fellas.
A false start backs him up 5, first and 15.
Let's go, let's go.
From the gun, here's Love. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he goes out right around the 39.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll fake it. Now Love. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third and 4, and this crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise.
Hey, I-7.
A shotgun snap for Love. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 38-yard line.
61, matchbox light.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
540, easy, alert.
Luck on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now a play fake, and it's Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10.
6-man. Check curls, check line.
They run with Collins. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Taking it in from 24 yards out as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter. So a big play coming for the Panthers. They'll go for 2.
One man. Jump. 6-6, pull it high. Check. Eyes up.
51's the mic.
Here's Love. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the fourth. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Let's go,
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 2nd and 9, Brissett. Flushed out right. To the right side to Eric Ebron. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here's Brissett. He finds Austin complete. And some room to work. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. A 1st down throw for Brissett. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. We've had some wild Super Bowl finishes recently. 49 in Arizona, 51 in Houston. Now this one. Now Brissett. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
36.
Brissett looks to throw. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Panthers' 26-yard line.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. Here's Brissett. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it comes down to a man who has done this many, many times before, Adam Vinatieri. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it comes down to a man who has done this many, many times before, Adam Vinatieri. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in Indianapolis. The Colts are the Super Bowl champs. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists a Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.